Yes, 158 over 108. That was my blood pressure when I went to the doctor for my sort of annual wellness check. And that surprised me. I remember in Germany, we actually went to Tina's grandmother's house and she had a little wrist cuff. And then we tested it out. And then I remember seeing it in the 150s and I thought, no, that's not possible. There's no way it can be that high. And I thought it was broken or malfunctioning or I did something wrong. But I think that happened several times and it turned out that it was entirely accurate. So when I went to the doctor's office, they had a 158 over 108. If you don't know much about blood pressures, that's in the stage 2 hypertension. It's not quite the emergency level, but it's still far too high. And higher the blood pressure, you have more problems you're going to have with your circulation. I noticed my eyesight maybe 3 years ago stopped being as good as it used to be all of a sudden. And I also noticed that, well, 2 years ago during Veterans Day, I ate a lot. And I remember my kidneys hurting. I remember my back hurting in the two spots. And I thought, that's weird. Why is it hurting those two spots? But it was, well, it turns out I have something called PKD, which is Polycystic Kidney Disease. It's a genetic problem that runs in the family. My mother had it, and then she only got diagnosed recently because of her kidney problems. So her doctor told us to get checked up, and that was a few years ago. But I finally got an ultrasound of it, and yeah, I have it as well. My sister also has it. She had it. She found out like a year ago. So the problem with the disease is it seems like everything I've read, like it's always conflicting. Like it causes high blood pressure. Unfortunately, high blood pressure causes the kidneys to fail earlier. So the only treatment for the disease is actually to maintain the blood pressure and try to kind of control symptoms. But everything I've read about the disease, they say, mostly regards diet to lessen the load on the kidneys. There's a lot of things you're not supposed to eat, like spinach, leafy greens, potatoes, bananas. It's crazy. Everything I like, broccoli, cherry tomatoes. It's insane. But yeah, everything I've read, it seems to be to reduce the load on the kidneys. And I have a feeling maybe as I got older, I'm 48 now, it started getting worse, but maybe the through hike kind of kicked it into gear because nothing puts more demand on the body than hiking for 6 months straight. So I don't know if that was it. I kind of guess it, but it also matches up with my age of when these problems start occurring if you have the disease. But I have a feeling that I may only have a few good long distance hikes ahead of me. And then after that, maybe short backpacking trips. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not going to let it stop me from going on more long backpacking trips, that's for sure. In fact, I feel like it's pushing me to do them sooner. Like, the longer I wait, the more problems I could potentially have. So I might as well do it now when I'm healthy and knowing I can go do it, actually. So over the next few years, we'll see, but I plan on doing some more long distance hikes. And it also like makes me glad that I kind of quit my job a few years ago and just started traveling, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And yeah, from what I read, late 50s to late 60s, you start having more and more problems on average. And I'm guessing by late 60s, I'm going to be stuck in a nursing home or assisted living center or something. I mean, my mother is still at home and she's actually on dialysis. And I think that's where I'm headed, but maybe a little sooner, just because my blood pressure has been relatively high for several years now, and I'm far more active, I would say. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen really. And I just have to measure my blood pressure twice a day now and just keep it logged. I'm on prescription medication now to maintain the blood pressure, and it seems to be working okay. They doubled the dosage since my first exam. Unfortunately, because of that, I had to stay 10 extra days to go back in, and then they looked at my blood pressure to see if what would happen, and yeah, they doubled the dosage. So I take that once a night now. Fortunately, he gave me a prescription for 90 days. So the Arizona Trail is still good. I'm going and I got everything I need. And the pills are super small and light, so it won't be a problem. And he also gave me 2 renewals, so I actually have enough pills to last me until October. So it's pretty good. And he said I can call him up if I need more. So that worked out really well. But yeah, it's kind of got me thinking about like my timeline. I don't want to be over dramatic, but I kind of feel like I may only have 10 good years left in me. I thought I would have more because there's always, you know, you see 70-year-old people out on the trails and through hiking and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Being realistic, probably 10 good years. After that, the other problem is as the cysts on the kidneys get larger and larger, it starts causing pain, and you have to go under pain management, and then eventually the kidneys stop functioning because there's too much pressure there. Already my cysts are quite big. During the ultrasound, I was watching the screen and I thought he was measuring the size of my kidney, but he was measuring the size of the cysts on the kidney. Both sides, some are 5 centimeters in radius. So yeah, and the other downside is I can't stuff my face and eat as much as I used to because then it starts hurting. So that's the other downside of the thru hike is I have to eat gradually. I can't just eat like a pig. I don't know. There's a lot of things to consider, but tomorrow morning I'm actually gonna start driving. I'll be out on the road and just driving south, somewhere warmer, just so I could sleep the first night, and then I'm gonna try to hit Arizona within 3 days, and hopefully everything goes well. And I start, I think maybe around the 17th, somewhere around there. I'm not sure exactly yet, but next video, I will see you on my drive down. It's gonna be 3 full days of driving, so it's gonna be kind of crazy, and I'll just be sleeping wherever I can. But it's not gonna be much except driving and me recording how much it costs to fill up the tank. In fact, I'm really curious how much it's gonna cost now and how many miles I get per gallon, just because I got the bigger tires in the car now. So, well, yeah, that's the news on my side. Yeah, I felt old when I got diagnosed, like high blood pressure. It's my first prescription medication that I'm stuck on. Unfortunately with PKD, like, you know how usually they say if you have high blood pressure, if you exercise, you know, you may not need medication later, but with this, I'm pretty much going to be on medication the rest of my life. So it's just the first probably of many small anchors that weigh you down in life. But something you got to deal with and work with. So if you know anybody with polycystic kidney disease, or if you have it, feel free to comment below and tell me how things are going, how old you are, how old you were when the symptoms first appeared or you found out about it. Yeah, the other big bummer is too, like, my sister has it, and I thought, oh, it'd be nice if I didn't have it. I can give her one of my kidneys, but we both have it, so nobody wants my kidneys. I did think it was funny though, because we were watching Alone, and a lady killed a porcupine, and she saw on the liver there were spots all over it, and I was like, you know what? if someone kills me to eat me, they're going to find little cysts all over my kidneys and some on my liver. So maybe they won't eat me then. Although I'll be dead, but, they won't eat me. So, yeah, let's, stick it to them for doing that, All right, well, I'll talk to you later, and hope you all have a good day and a good hiking season coming up.